Fantasy and science fiction are weird like never before in a sexy, subversive drama for adults. The key word is for adults because it's very graphic in there, but it's so freaking good. I absolutely love the series. She uses her ability as an assassin for her country. Why haven't I picked up this book yet? This is what happens when you don't read synopses. Hello you guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, you're watching BookedonCharity, and welcome to my September anticipated releases. So it's already October, but I wanted to do this video because I think I've skipped like 2 months and there's so many great books that are coming out in September that I'm really looking forward to, and I just wanted to share those with you guys. Maybe you can find a book that you might be interested to read like me. So yeah, before we get into this video, remember to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and remember to share with your friends and family so that we can grow this unit, we can grow this family of ours. But yeah, so I've got a couple of books that I'm interested in. All of them are fantasy. When I did my research, I couldn't really find a non-fantasy book that I was really interested in. So if you guys have other recommendations, please do share them in the comments down below. Whatever genre it is, it does not matter. I do have some, I think a mix of like YA and adult as well as middle grade. I have one middle grade that's coming out and one graphic novel, but it's the single issue that's coming out. It's not the novel. But yeah, let's get into this video. So the first book that I'm interested in is called A Study in Drowning, and this is by Ava Reed, and on Goodreads it currently has 4.18 star ratings out of 4,125 ratings. So I think it's looking good so far, even though we kind of know that we can't always trust Goodreads ratings, but anyway, it's there. So I'll read the synopsis for you guys. So it says, Effie Syra has always believed in fairy tales. She's had no choice. Since childhood, she's been haunted by visions of the fairy king. She's found solace only in the pages of Angarat, author Emery's Mirrodin's beloved epic about a mortal girl who falls in love with the fairy king and then destroys him. Effie's tattered, dog-eared copy is all that's keeping her afloat through her stifling first term at Lara's prestigious architecture college. So when Mirrodin's family announces a contest to design the late author's house, Effie feels certain this is her destiny. But Hiraeth Manor is an impossible task, a musty, decrepit estate on the brink of crumbling into a hungry sea, and when Effie arrives, she finds she isn't the only one who's made a temporary home there. Preston Hillary, a stodgy young literature scholar, is studying Meredith's papers and is determined to prove her favorite author is a fraud. As the two rival students investigate the reclusive author's legacy, piecing together clues through his letters, books, and diaries, they discover that the house's foundation isn't the only thing that can't be trusted. There are dark forces, both mortal and magical, conspiring against them, and the truth may bring them both to ruin. So, the cover looks really pretty, which is the thing that like brought me to even look at this book. But yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I always love a main character that also loves reading. I although don't really like books about writers which is weird. But anyway, that is the first book that I'm interested in. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Is this on your radar or not? The second book on my radar is The Scarlet Veil, and this is by Shelby Maharin, and it is the first book in the Scarlet Veil series. I'm not sure yet how many books are going to be part of the series, but this is classified as a dark and thrilling vampire romance set in the world of New York Times best-selling Serpent and Dove series, and it's perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas. Who's that? That's me. That's neat. So it says, Sally Tremblay has always been a good girl, kind and beautiful, a daughter of whom every parent would be proud. She surprises the entire kingdom when she defies tradition to become the first huntswoman, including her new captain and fiancé Jean-Luc, who rules the Huntsman with an iron fist. He isn't the only one who's concerned for Sally's safety, however. Though her friends try to protect her from the horrors of the past, mysterious whispers still haunt her, and a new evil is rising in Belterra, leaving bodies in its wake, each one drained of blood. Dun dun dun. Determined to prove herself in a new role, Sally tracks the killer to the lair of Les and Eternals, ancient creatures only spoken about in nursery rhymes, and catches the attention of their king, a monster who hides his plans for her behind beautiful words and sharp lines. Now Sally has new reason to fear the dark, because the closer he gets, the more tempted she feels to give into his dark hunger and her own. It sounds like it's going to be nice. I think I was saying the other day that I'm not seeing a lot of vampire books, so I'm glad that we've got a new one coming up. The last vampire book I read was Empire of the Vampire, and I did enjoy it. I think I gave it a 4-star rating, and the new one is coming out pretty soon, so looking forward to that. By the way, The Scarlet Veil has 4.36 star ratings on Goodreads with over 600 ratings, so far so good. The next book I'm interested in is from an author that I think I'm starting to love, and in my mind, I'm going to already love the books that I haven't even started reading yet, and that is V.E. Schwab. They have a new book coming out, and it's called The Fragile Threads of Power, and it's part of a new series called Threads of Power. This book has 4.51 star ratings on Goodreads with over 1,500 ratings, and it says, from the #1 New York Times best-selling author of The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue, which I still need to read, and set in the world of A Darker Shade of Magic, which I also still need to read, V.E. Schwab opens a door into perilous adventure and tangled schemes with the fragile threads of power. So the actual synopsis goes like this. Once there were 4 worlds, nestled like grapes in a book, each pulsing with fantastical power and connected by a single city, London, until the magic grew too fast and forced the worlds to seal the doors between them in a desperate gamble to protect their own. The few magicians who could still open the doors grew more rare as time passed, and now only 3 Antari are known in recent memory. Kel Maresh of Red London, Delilah Bard of Grey London, and Holland Voshik of White London. So clearly, you need to have read A Darker Shade of Magic before you come on here. This is what it's giving to me, because I would need to understand all these different Londons, because they do explain them in that trilogy. So it goes on to say, but barely a glimpse of them have seen in the last 7 years, and a new Atari named Kosika has appeared in White London, taking the throne in Holland's absence. The young queen is willing to feed her city with blood, including her own, but her growing religious fever has the potential to drown them instead. And back in Red London, King Rai Maresh is threatened by a rising rebellion, one determined to correct the balance of power by raising the throne entirely. Amidst the tapestry of old friends and new enemies, a girl with an unusual magical ability comes into possession of a device that could change the fate of all 4 worlds. Her name is Tess, and she's the only one who can bring them together or unravel it all. It sounds like it's going to be such a good read. Clearly, there's like a lot of characters. I don't have experience with V.E. Schwab and the way she does characterizations when there's multiple POVs. The story that I read from her only had one main POV, and it just had letters from other people. But yeah, I need to first get into A Darker Shade of Magic before I can even get in here. The next book that I am looking forward to, very nice, very cozy, middle grade. It's called The Last Book Wer, and this is by Anna James, and the illustrator is Marco Guadalupe. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This book currently has 4.1 star ratings on Goodreads with 70 ratings, but it's such a good book. I trust this 4.1 star rating. So I'm going to read the synopsis of book 1, because this is actually book 6. I am trying to collect all of the books in hardback. So this is the series that I'm talking about. It's the Pages and Co series. I want to collect them all in hardback because, I mean, just have a look at this. Just have a look at that. How gorgeous. How gorgeous. I've been seeing them. I've got 4 of the books right now. I think 2 of them are in hard copy. So I need to replace book 1 and book 3, I think, in hard copy. And then I still need to get book 2 because that's the one that I'm actually missing. So yeah, looking forward to reading this one. Let me read the synopsis for book 1 for you so that you can get a sense of what you can expect from this book. So the synopsis for book 1 goes like this. A magical adventure to delight the imagination. A curl up on the sofa debut from a uniquely talented author. 11-year-old Tilly has lived above her grandparents' bookshop ever since her mother disappeared shortly after she was born. Like the rest of her family, Tilly loves nothing more than to escape into the pages of her favorite stories. Oh, I love a reading protagonist. One day, Tilly realizes that classic children's characters are appearing in the shop through the magic of book wandering, crossing over from the page into real life. With the help of Anne of Green Gables and Alice in Wonderland, Tilly is determined to solve the mysteries of what happened to her mother all those years ago. So she bravely steps into the unknown, unsure of what adventure lies ahead and what dangers she may face. I absolutely loved book 1. It was so nice. I can't wait for my daughter to read this book and have so much fun with it. And I want to make sure that I've got these nice hardback collections because they're so pretty to look at. I mean, did you see that book? Let me show you the other one if you were not sure. And they come in different colors. So this one is book Tilly and the Map of Stories is book 3. Yes, so this is book 3. So the one that I'm missing is Tilly and the Lost Fairy Tales. The one that I showed you before is book 4. So this is the end papers of this one. And it also has this similar cover with pages on it, bookish things. I absolutely love it. I love this. I love middle grade, you guys. And I haven't read a lot of middle grade this year, which is such a shame. I need to get back to my middle grades. The next book I'm interested in is called Champion of Fate, and this one is by Kendare Blake. It is the first book in a new series called Hero Maker. So this book only has 3.92 star ratings out of 292 ratings, but it's still early, it's still new. I'm still interested to see what this author has to offer. So the synopsis goes like this. Behind every great hero is Aristine. Aristine are mythical female warriors, part of a legendary order. I mean, does that not sound good already? We just have the key words were female warrior. Okay, but let me continue. Though heroes might be immortalized in stories, it's the Aristine who guide them to victory. They are hero makers. Ever since she was an orphan taken by the Order, Reed had wanted to be an Aristine. Now, as an initiate, just one challenge stands in her way. She must shepherd her first hero to glory on the battlefield. Succeed, and Reed will take her place beside her sisters. Fail, and she'll be cast from the only home she's ever known. Nothing is going to stop Reed until she meets her hero. Hestion, fiery and infuriating, but what begins as an alliance becomes more. And as secrets of the Order comes to light, Reed begins to understand what becoming an Aristine may truly cost. Battle looming, she must choose the Order and the life she had planned, or Hestion and the one she never expected. I'm looking forward to it. The cover, I must say, it's not the best one out of all the books I'm showing you. The next book I'm interested in is book 2 from Foul Lady Fortune. This is book 1, so book 2 is called Foul Heart Huntsman, and it is part of the Foul Lady Fortune series by Chloe Gong. Foul Lady Huntsman has 4.48 star ratings on Goodreads out of over 1,000 ratings, and I am going to be reading the synopsis from the first book because I have not read the first book yet, and it would be better to get an idea of what the story is. So it says it's 1931 in Shanghai, and the stage is set for a new decade of intrigue. 4 years ago, Rosalind Lang was brought back from the brink of death, but the experiment that saved her also stopped her from sleeping and aging. What? And lets her heal from any wound. In short, Rosalind cannot die. Now, desperate for redemption of her traitorous past, she uses her ability as an assassin for her country. Why haven't I picked up this book yet? This is what happens when you don't read synopses. I'm pretty sure I read the synopsis of this when I requested the book, but now I'm just like, I forgot because I easily forget stuff. I'm just like, why haven't I picked up this freaking book? It goes on to say, codename Fortune, but when the Japanese Imperial Army begins its invasion march, Rosalind's mission pivots. A series of murders is causing unrest in Shanghai, and the Japanese are under suspicion. Rosalind's new orders are to infiltrate foreign society and identify the culprits behind the terror plot before more of her people are killed. To reduce suspicion, she must pose as the wife of another nationalist spy, Orion Hong. Although Rosalind finds Orion's cavalier attitude and playboy demeanor infuriating, she is willing to work with him for the greater good and probably fall in love with him. That's what I'm saying. But Orion has an agenda of his own, and Rosalind has secrets that she wants to keep buried. As they both attempt to unravel the conspiracy, the two spies soon find there are deeper and more horrifying layers to this mystery than they ever imagined. I'm so excited. I don't know why I never picked up this book before, but yes, Foul Lady Fortune, looking forward to reading it soon. Foul Heart Huntsman is book 2. And then we've got issue number 66 of Saga that came out last month. Saga is by Brian K. Vaughan and it's illustrated by Fiona Staples, and they've also added a letterer who is called Phonographics. Maybe that's the name of the company. And it currently has a 4.16 star rating, which is normal because it's so good, out of 352 ratings. So I just want to go to issue number 1 so that I can read the synopsis for you of what you can expect from the story. But I feel like I've explained it so many times on my channel, you guys probably already know. So the way that they describe volume 1 of Saga goes like this: the sweeping tale of one young family fighting to find their place in the world. When two soldiers from opposite sides of a never-ending galactic war fall in love, they risk everything to bring fragile new life into a dangerous old universe. Fantasy and science fiction are wed like never before in a sexy, subversive drama for adults. The key word is for adults because it's very graphic in there, but it's so freaking good. I absolutely love the series. I've gotten my husband to start reading it. He's getting obsessed with it now, and yeah, I can't wait for the new volumes to keep coming out. And somebody please get these graphic novels to South Africa. I beg because they're so hard to find. I got volume 1 and I've been struggling ever since. Volume 2 is just constantly out of stock. I'm not even going to talk about volumes 3 going up. Those don't even exist here. I have to go through Amazon to get them, but then the rand to dollar exchange rate is doing funny things. It just is not mathing. The math is not mathing. But yeah, I absolutely love this. So we've been reading it through SCRIBD, and I'm busy with volume 9 right now, and he's currently on volume 6. And the final book of this anticipated releases is called Queens of Moira, and this is the first book in a new series called Descendants of the Fates, and this is by Rhiannon Hargadon. It currently has 4.01 star ratings out of 71 ratings on Goodreads, and this is how the synopsis goes. The three fates, a mad queen with the zombie horde, and a family of Ouroboros collide in the spicy mythology retelling of the Grim Reaper and how she came to be. I don't need to go any further. It sounds freaking good. But let me just do it for you guys, okay? So it says Morena Atropos is the third fate, the controller of death, the granddaughter of Atropos. Doomed with dark gifts of destruction and imprisoned for all her life in a stone tower, Morena's only view is the obsidian sea. Those she loves are taken away from her and used against her. What choice does she have but to serve as an assassin? Hiding her strength and her soft heart, Morena hones her murderous abilities, serving as slave to an unstoppable villain, her mother, Melinda the Mad, queen of the Blood Throne. There's no hope of escape until the arrival of a mysterious stranger who claims to be her betrothed. From where? When she was in a stone tower. And as he's there to finally rescue her, rolls eyes, and Morena is all too willing to throw herself in his muscular arms. But all is not as it seems with the grey-eyed prince of her girlhood fantasies. And as his lies unravel, it plunges Morena in a love triangle of forbidden love and arranged marriage, and a choice between her heart and her soul. In the meantime, her mother and her zombie army are on the move, and other fates expect death to save the day. Set in an epic fantasy world in a timeline of hundreds of years, this dark romantasy features the three fates, Clotho, Lachesis, and Atropos, and their lost descendants, ideal for fans of folklore and mythology retellings with spice. This most likely of heroines will surprise and defy your expectations. If you love Jennifer L. Armentrout and Sarah J. Maas, you will love Queens of Moira. I feel like at this point, when it comes to romantasy, they keep bringing up like Sarah J. Maas and Jennifer L. Armentrout, but I don't know. I guess they did it first. The girlies did it first. They did it right, even though there are some books from Jennifer's series that I didn't hear good things about. But anyway, they did it good, they did it right, and now everybody's just following in their footsteps, and all these books are like compared to them. But I try to like clear my mind as I'm going into these kind of books so that I don't really compare them, especially to Sarah J. Maas, because I've already fallen in love with this author and what she does with her books, that I don't want it to be tainted with like comparisons of other. I just want to know who you are as an author and you to me. So yeah, that is the last book of my September anticipated releases. Let me know down below which books you are interested in that came out in September. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.